The jab and the counter punch. There's the uppercut.
Finish him. Finish him. Sa edad na 42 ay muling magbabalik aksyon si former 4 Division World Champion NONITO DONAIRE. Makakalaban niya ang pambato ng Chile na si Andres Campos, gagawin ang laban sa bansang Argentina. Marami agad ang nagsasabi na lalapain lang ni DONAIRE itong si Campos dahil hindi naman former champion at di gaanong mataas ang rankings nito. Pero sa mga hindi nakakaalam ay may nakalaban na din si DONAIRE noon na hindi kilala pero muntik pang ma-upset si DONAIRE sa laban. Split decision ang naging hatol ng mga hurado. Ito ay noong nakalaban niya ang kababayan ni Harutyunyan na si Harutyunyan. May tangkad lang ito na baby 4 at sa kanyang 13 panalo ay ni isa wala siyang tinalo via knockout. Kaya naman kampante si DONAIRE noon na magiging easy fight lang itong si Harutyunyan. Para lubos na malaman ay balikan natin ang naging laban ni DONAIRE kontra di kilalang boksingero na kung saan muntik pa siyang matalo. 10 rounds ang laban at ginanap sa Amerika para ito sa bakanting NABF Super Flyweight title.
Good luck to both of you. Go back and wait for the bell. Referee. Joe, water bottle. Harutyunyan. He is the shorter man, and from record and from what we've seen, NONITO DONAIRE is the stronger puncher. He's in the red, and he is in Harutyunyan's face. And boy, for these guys, they're starting slow, Steve. I haven't seen 15 punches from each guy yet. But now, and back off a little bit. Seems like he's trying to read Harutyunyan.
You see the ring express fairly close. The reason Harutyunyan has so many more rounds. Hey, he has no knockouts.
Fighting at a good clip already. Harutyunyan says he will not be taken out of his game. But it's DONAIRE who feels he's the faster, stronger guy. Try to keep count, will you, Steve, the punches, because they're going to be flying.
Well, the key to that, Nick, to whether the fight goes that way or not, is going to be Harutyunyan's approach. See, if he lays back outside, DONAIRE's going to wait, and Harutyunyan's going to just jump in and then jump back out. And that way, you're
A solid left hand. Very solid shots from the smaller Harutyunyan.
But his timing's good, isn't it?
Oh, he's really got the respect.
You know, a lot of times when two guys know each other very well, as these two do, have sparred numerous times together, they're too careful, too respectful. Doesn't seem to be the case right now.
Well, I really like the cool and see exactly what he's got. But he is reacting quickly. Beautiful counter punching, making the play, and now DONAIRE pumps it up a little bit. Good body combination from him. Fast-paced round, as we would expect from 115 pounds of flyweight. Good left hand from DONAIRE. Very selective punching now from him. Not wasting
And any KOs. Remember, he's fought a lot of fights outside of his natural weight class. He's not going to knock out junior featherweights and featherweights.
Now DONAIRE, we'll see. He says he's bigger, stronger, Steve, very early. And Harutyunyan learned a lot first round, but also scored a lot. Had to give him that round.
I thought Harutyunyan took it 10-9, little sharper punches. If DONAIRE has a weakness, Nick, and we even talked about this, he admitted this. He's a little too selective sometimes with his punches, and use that reach advantage.
Yeah, we'll see if DONAIRE does some adjusting, and he's reading again, trying to time the speed of the punches and the movement of Harutyunyan, it seems. But Harutyunyan not just running around. He says, he's not going to get it done. He's the shorter guy that way. And interestingly enough, he put on the much more weight. He weighed in at 113 3/4, the 115-pound fight. DONAIRE, on the other hand, has gained 6 since yesterday's weigh-in. Harutyunyan looping those.
Harutyunyan gaining 13 pounds.
Almost 13 pounds. That's a huge percentage. Oh, and he runs into a short, crisp left hand. Yeah, right. 6. NONITO DONAIRE with time here, minute 16. Oh, and it's Harutyunyan willing to fight back. No clutching here. He got stung with that left hand. Just walked right into it. Steve, one of the notes I talked when I'd seen him on tape, one thing I liked about DONAIRE that he could really hit on, he could really punch and move and score on the run.
see Donaire, Nick, he likes to fight with his hands way down. He just feels he gets more power that way. I'm not arguing with him.
Steve, he's fighting with the kind of confidence. Certainly he's trying to read the man in black, but he just looks like the bigger guy, even though he hasn't. But then those sweet little half steps back, hoping Harutyunyan will run into some shots. Donaire probes to the body, ring resets. Harutyunyan banging away with the lead right.
A little bit.
Boy, he's got those short arms. I mean, where else can he be? And he is fighting now. And there it is again, Donaire on the move. Really very fluid fighter.
But Donaire got hit with a left hook there. It was about the fourth punch. Hands low. Defensively, it's never a good idea.
Yeah, good point. And Harutyunyan, by continuing to punch, hits him on a third or fourth shot. Harutyunyan running into a right hand there, gets drilled with the body. Now trying to pump that jab in Donaire's face, but constantly Harutyunyan down.
Unlike Donaire, Harutyunyan keeps his gloves up. As a result, Donaire starting to pound the body, Nick, as you pointed out. Some real hard body shots. Really the first ones we've seen in this fight.
And really a small target on a 5'3".
Yeah, exactly.
So, again, not just moving around, but using his movement intelligently there, making Donaire miss, and beating him to a punch, which would seem to be his best ticket and chance for victory.
I think both guys at this point want to make the other guy come to them. Harutyunyan.
Said little guys can't punch, huh? We've already had Harutyunyan in black on the floor, but Steve doesn't look like he's shaking off fully those effects. Shorter man in the black has been down in this fight, but has battled back and definitely holding his own. As you see, scheduled for 10, they're fighting at rapid clip, as we would suspect. These are super flyweights, 115 pounds. Harutyunyan with good defense there, taking shots on the arms. Steve, interesting. Donaire closes the gap. It's almost wants to lay a trap for Harutyunyan and make him miss again, as you said, and then counter him.
Well,
he
that's
comes
it.
in close and shortens.
For Harutyunyan to reach Donaire, but Donaire doesn't want it to. You know, Harutyunyan's got the shortest reach I've seen on a junior bantamweight, 62 inches. It's real hard for him unless he times Donaire perfectly to land anything.
Donaire reading the attack of Harutyunyan, but Harutyunyan gets beaten by the punch and gets beaten up there to the body.
Yeah, it was a beautiful left hook by Donaire. Harutyunyan's problem, Nick, when you have a reach like his, for him to be a counterpuncher, he's got to fight perfectly every time out to win when he's fighting good people. That's asking.
Donaire certainly doesn't disrespect Harutyunyan, but he just knows he's the stronger guy, and he can dictate distance and range here. I mean, he's there to be hit at times, and then he'll step back looking to counter a shot there. So Donaire caught sort of in no man's land, not punching, and he paid the price.
But the difference in power, Nick, is very apparent, because when Harutyunyan lands big shots, they're not as big as the shots that Donaire.
As you said, if Harutyunyan can stay busy enough, he can win rounds without having to rock Donaire's world. But if he gets worn down from a stronger guy, it could be trouble. Good counter punch, and Harutyunyan backing up there. Not throwing big flurries, but those two-punch combinations, he's led off with right hands both times and finished up with left. But mixing his attack nicely. And Steve, the dilemma again for Harutyunyan. How do you get close enough to him?
Given his physical limitations, how can he win unless he throws a lot of shots? And taking these seconds off when he's outside, that's not going to do it.
Exactly. But now, he's putting motion offensively. And they're just walking him down and then taking it and backed up Harutyunyan. Harutyunyan a little wild with the hook. So this punch, his work rate has dropped. He's got to out wrestle this guy. It doesn't look like he can outpunch NONITO Donaire. Both guys in constant motion, as you would expect from somebody 115.
As the fight progresses, Nick, there have been more and more left hooks to the midsection from Donaire. Key shots.
For Harutyunyan. Oh, nice counter from Harutyunyan, but as Donaire got off to the right, but then walked into a shot. Now it's Harutyunyan constantly on the move, not getting hit flush. But there's no off. Harutyunyan in black, and in the red, NONITO Donaire. He's won a dozen straight.
I don't love the way Donaire stands in the pocket sometimes with his hands low and just kind of bends his body and his head in order to not get hit. That
Donaire. First the head, then the body. And now can Harutyunyan lay on the pressure? And the answer is no, as Donaire moves to the middle of the ring.
Yeah, that was a key moment there because Harutyunyan for the first time got real close, got inside, hit Donaire, couldn't keep him on the ropes.
Well, it tells you who's the stronger guy. How much whack he has is pretty apparent. He's not a KO artist, but is he making any other mistakes technically?
Well, I don't think he is. You know, the guy has to fight a certain way because of his physical limitations. You know, and if he's going to lead, he's going to get counter competition.
Yeah, and the dilemma is, as you pointed out, Donaire is a counter puncher, so if you make the play, you better be on the move. You better hit the mark. Now at least he's picked up the volume on his jabs, trying to be first. And so, conceivably this is a close fight. It's still anybody's. From Donaire, and then he blocked Harutyunyan with that right hand. Referee warning him of head clash. Hands low, Donaire looking, and I'm very impressed with Donaire's defense. He's really made a very sharp-shooting type of guy miss quite a bit in this fight.
He's loosey-goosey. You know, he's got that upper body that he really bends very easily. He's got also, Nick, Donaire has a good body for a boxer.
Boy.
Unfortunately, Harutyunyan, who has a lot of body.
Harutyunyan just looks like not as fluid a fighter. But Donaire walked into a little shot there, didn't hurt him, but he's got a little bit more to win this round. And this could be Harutyunyan's sixth if he would pick it up a little bit. There's none.
None, Nick. You're right.
That could be a Showbox record. Harutyunyan not busy enough. He's constantly giving diff there with an overhand right. Another overhand right. Just flips Harutyunyan, and then he digs a left to the belly.
And you see Harutyunyan back it up, but Donaire is attacking smartly. He's not just winging his punches. He's not throwing loose jabs. He's waiting till he's in range, and then he lets it go. That's why he's not getting
Busier.
And it's tough for him to get busier. It's just not his nature. He's a counter puncher.
Now he is trying to look the jab, taking advice from his trainer, Eric Brown. Punches this time, though.
No knockouts for either one of these guys. Round 7 or more. They haven't been there that often. Of course, Harutyunyan doesn't have any knockouts, period.
They're very slow now. Both got
We talk about Harutyunyan being a counter puncher. That doesn't mean you have to back up. You can be aggressive, draw the lead punch from your opponent, and counter punch. It's not really his way, though.
Yeah, he's really been jab happy, which is a good thing, but not followed and out of range. Donaire picking those punches off with his gloves, making Harutyunyan miss with the jab as he tried to double up. But both guys a little sloppy in this round.
Yeah.
Nobody's really landing.
The highlight of this round is Donaire's defense. And he's slipping punches, avoiding punches in a multitude of ways. Sometimes just taking a step back as he did a second ago. Sometimes bending his upper body to slip the shots or bending.
Really, this fight. It's a good sense of anticipation from NONITO DONAIRE, and now he rumbles a little bit, connects with that baby left hook, and then moves out. So, perhaps anybody's round at this point with half a minute to go. But it forces Harutyunyan to retreat and not put anything together. Harutyunyan trying to walk and run his man down. Oh, he got a free shot there as DONAIRE stopped punching. Harutyunyan landed that rare right hand to the body. The only way to victory, it would seem, unless he catches DONAIRE flush, is to be inexhaustible and simply outwork and out-hustle his opponent. That means punch volume has to be a lot higher than counter-puncher by nature, with feints trying to force DONAIRE to overcommit. Little right hand from Harutyunyan, then he backs away. So both men really trying to set traps here. See a little blood, smudge of blood on the
We certainly can't speak for the judges in this fight. We don't know what the scores are, but if my card is correct, Harutyunyan needs to adjust to get him in a position offensively to score with a lot of shots. That's what I meant before, Nick, when I said he has to be so perfect. He has to land such a high percentage of his punches. He's not throwing that many.
Absolutely. Trying to probe to the body.
Boy, DONAIRE has good feet, and you know what? The most underrated form of defense is just one little half step backward. When you're fighting a shorter guy, DONAIRE is not going to get hit when he takes that little step backward.
Well, it's exactly how he put Harutyunyan down in the second round. An 8th round, and DONAIRE was on his way. It would seem he's comfortably ahead in this fight. And as Steve Farhood pointed out, the adjustments have to come from Harutyunyan. I would think that would start with punch volume. He's got to pick.
I have trouble giving it to Harutyunyan because he's missing too much.
Neither man controlling the other. As we finish the 8th. The fight actually is in Manchester, England. I'm sorry, but it is Jeff Lacey going across the pond to face what would surely be a hostile crowd.
Oh, yeah.
In the UK. DONAIRE seemed to pick it up a little points. He's got to look a little flashier myself. He's been awfully economical, and at the same time, you want to see a little bit more offense from both men. Nice right as Harutyunyan.
A little bit of swelling under both eyes of DONAIRE. He's never been past 8, so this is new for him. Harutyunyan has been 12.
Sidebar that had nothing to do with the right now, but Harutyunyan, what accomplished, insightful, mature beyond his years. But he wants to make a go for boxing, and to do that, he's got to win now. Only 23 years old as is DONAIRE. Strange, so you can walk down Harutyunyan. He did it there as Harutyunyan committed and got clocked with a left hand. Harutyunyan trying to solve the puzzle that is NONITO DONAIRE. His best shots have been those follow-up ones, the 3rd and 4th cleanup hits. But he's putting himself in danger, as you said, being such a small guy. Leaping forward. DONAIRE has backed off the pedal some. Could be a round for Harutyunyan.
I think it has been exactly that, Nick.
Boy, does he need him. It's been an easy night for Tony Krebs around
seeing at any weight class where there hasn't been 5 seconds of infighting, right?
Absolutely.
Have you seen any infighting in this fight?
No. Our first time featuring guys in this low weight division. I mean, it's been. Nonito Donaire's dad doesn't want him to take any chances and ran into a counter punch there.
He's a very naturally talented and gifted fighter. Keep in mind, he almost made the Olympic team at 106 pounds, lost to Brian Lamoria.
In the middle of the ring. Harutyunyan doesn't follow up.
Yeah, a brief moment for Harutyunyan, but not thinking it as dramatic as he needs.
Neither guy looking particularly gassed. They both look in shape, like they could go more rounds. Harutyunyan's been down, and that
About 10-8, Nick. It was a clean knockdown. Even though it was just a flash knockdown, Harutyunyan wasn't hurt.
no question. Harutyunyan's going for the KO. Gotta knock him down. And it's run out of time. There's a small swelling above the right eye in there.
Little fatigue, huh, from Donaire.
Donaire not clinching, absorbing too many shots, and now he's back in the center of the ring. Half minute to go in the fight. And it's Harutyunyan backpedaling temporarily.
For Harutyunyan, I gave him the 9th and 10th, but not enough on my card.
Now Donaire, big left hand just before the bell, and some infighting as he blasts away.
10 rounds of action. We have a split decision. Filipino Flash, Nonito Donaire.